Welcome to the VengieCast! VengieCast! Tess told me to do that. Welcome to the first ever VengieCast, everybody. My name is Zicorahk, Control Extraordinaire and Power in Hordes and Cyborg. Today I am joined by Spider Sting.
Hello.
Supertoad.
More skin on Love Boat.
And Star Ember.
Howdy, y'all.
Had a little play back there, forgot to shut it off. Alright, we have quite a podcast planned for you guys today, but first, thanks to everyone who's helped support the spreading the word of the podcast, who replied, and Eric Duncan, who replied with, "Oh hell, they now have a podcast." Alright, on to topic one, fellas, which is, let's see, the Unicorn Trinket Unipocalypse 2014.
Yes, the death of DCUO.
Oh boy.
Single-handedly
He went
destroying
there.
the game and everything in it.
Oh, yeah. So, I was watching Trexlight's podcast the other day, and I was looking at this awesome picture that they have up there, and, I said, what, we gotta have that. We gotta have that for the podcast. And since it is, of course, they made it up first, and they have a right to say, yeah, it's theirs. So yeah, we'll decide to go ahead and use it, and it is, of course, trademarked to Super Patriot. So those of you who are watching in the stream, you can see in the tiny little letters right below 2014, it is trademarked to Super Patriot. So Trex, if you're watching, we're still in the clear, right?
Is that flames coming out of its nose?
Yes, it is.
Rainbow flames.
That is the best.
Isn't it? Alright, and yes, we've had quite a bit of opinion sharing on the forums and all that good stuff. Star, if you want to go ahead and point some
Oh,
of that
yeah.
stuff.
Definitely. Well, everybody knows it's a matter of opinion on whether or not this even belongs in this game. But I would like to argue that it does, because I don't know if any of you are followers of DC Comics that actually read them. But there has been, in the last year or so, a very popular comic with new readers called Amethyst of Gemworld. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's all girly and all this, but you know what? In the comic book industry, we've been targeting white males for, ever since the 1960s. And you know what? It's 2014, and it's time we need some new blood in this fan base here. So I'm all for it. And in this comic, Amethyst of Gemworld, which I have not read, but I do know that there is a unicorn that is featured prominently. And this is a DC game, and Amethyst is published by DC Comics. So, I mean, that's really all the justification I need. How about you guys?
I think as long as they have a trinket in the game that changes you into a gorilla and lets you throw chemical barrels at people, that there's no reason for a trinket to be... They haven't even said definitively if it's going to be a trinket.
That's true.
They just said that it's going to be something unicorn.
Yeah, true.
I'd be happy with a lair item, to be honest. In fact, that's what I think it's going to be.
I want a mounted unicorn head.
I would
pay for that. I would not have a problem with it. It would please everyone. We get our unicorn. People that don't like it get a unicorn they can put on their wall and say, "I killed the unicorn." So, hey, rock and roll. And it's not like they're going to be, spending months developing it and coding it and putting it into the system and making sure the Unreal Engine can handle a unicorn. I think the rage is... It's understandable. I just think it's kind of pointless.
I think it's more to that meme of, whoa, that escalated quickly. Yeah, because also
if we can have a... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
okay. Let's also remember, MEP said that they're not going to be spending a lot of time with it, and a lot of points of argument is that they're gonna devote so much time to it. They're gonna have an animation special made for it. I'm like, hey, they've said that they don't have to. I mean, not gonna develop so much time and effort into this. It's probably just gonna be something that's gonna last 20 seconds. Gonna have a long cooldown. It's gonna be less annoying than the gorilla throwing barrels at people in the watchtower or in the Hall of Doom.
Yeah, a good rule of thumb is they're not going to spend time making character models, which means it's probably going to be a layer item.
For all we know, it might just be a 5-second rainbow halo around you.
I just want a mounted monkey head so that I can say I killed the stupid monkey trinket.
I'd pay for that too.
I would pay for it every day.
You want it to be... That's... I don't know about every day.
And
a penny every day, I'd pay for it.
And you know, there's also those people that say it's a unicorn trick. Why the heck do we want this in game? Well, the unicorn trinket, they've also said that it doesn't belong in DCUO, even though Star just listed that, hey, it exists in the DC Universe franchise. But the unicorn trinket not belonging in DCO is also kind of a reason too. It doesn't belong in there, which is comedic, therefore practical.
Yeah, this is all just for
absolutely
gag.
Comedy adds to enjoyment, and enjoyment is just what playing a video game is about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not going to have to worry about jump canceling with it, so that's good.
I'm gonna jump cancel my unicorn trinket in PvP.
Oh, I would kill this.
Oh my god! Could
just
you
like
imagine
your unicorn trinket to cancel out of that power.
Could you imagine if the unicorn trinket becomes necessary for top level play?
They would hate it.
They would hate it, but they would do it. Absolutely.
Oh, they would do it. They would do it in a heartbeat.
Alright, so right now I have an image loaded up where you can see day one of the possible unicorn trinket and how Splinter would react to it, of course.
Of course. And you see Break there glitching out.
See, Senorita Sparkles right there with a glorious trinket, see what it has come to now.
And to set the record straight, Sparkles is not the originator of the idea for the unicorn trinket. It was Marilel, but Marilel kind of dropped the ball and Sparkles picked it up and turned it into a game and then turned it into a mission.
Yeah.
And then we turned it into a campaign.
Yeah, it's all her. And we just support it because it's funny. And now, seeing all the rage, it's twice as funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show them what you're wearing to SOE Live, Zeke.
Oh, absolutely. Here it is. This is the glorious general of the Unicorn Horde. Of course, there's also the commander-in-chief, which is, of course, Senator Sparkles. But here's the general. And I say this was a well worth of $18 I paid for, or less.
And I can't wait for the airport security to search your bag and find that. And you have to explain why you have a unicorn head in your bag.
I'll just tell him, like, hey...
That picture is terrifying.
They pulled Christiana's bag out last year when he brought his Bane gear.
Really?
What the tubes and the barrel thing was, and he's like, it's a costume.
Oh my god.
They did not believe him at all.
Watch it.
They detained him and did a strip search.
They did detain him. They pulled him off the plane.
Thought he was gonna bomb the plane with a Bane suit.
Oh my god, he's gonna reenact the Dark Knight Rises.
Plane,
he's gonna reenact that scene.
Let me back on the plane. I can't be Bane.
Oh, we don't have Splinter on.
We need
Splinter's not
Splinter
here,
Cell
he can
here
do
to
Bane.
do that. He does it really well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna have 2 guards right up in front of me asking, "Why do you have this on here?" Well, there's a unicorn trinket we want to add in game, and there's a guy that's gonna say, "Oh, that seems pretty cool," and the other guy's gonna say, "No, heck with that. Why is there a unicorn trinket?" While they're arguing
You'll
on
know
the
it didn't
fly.
work. Yeah, you'll know it didn't work when you see him start pulling on the rubber gloves.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Just snap, snap.
This is why you get to the airport 2 hours early, everyone.
That's what I did last year. My plane was at 8:15, I think, and so I left my house around 3 or 4 because the airport was about an hour and a half away. And they tell me, "Hey, by the way, your flight's been postponed until 10 o'clock, so that's another 2 hours." So I'm chilling in this Waffle House restaurant. I'm thinking, you know what? How about we make another second order of those waffles?
Wait, there's a Waffle House in the airport?
No, there was a Waffle House on the way to the airport.
That is a kick-ass airport.
I gotcha.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I want to see that airport.
What do you want to drink? Tequila Sunrise.
I don't even want to relive going through the airport again from last year. My plane was delayed like 2.5 hours. By the time I got to Vegas, it was probably 2 a.m. there, and it was like 5 a.m. our time here because I'm in Connecticut, and it was just bad. I was up all day. I was like ready to just go to sleep.
I didn't have any problems there or back. Oh well.
However, you led us to believe something else. I remember Breakforce and me standing by in front of the hotel where the taxis run by. And you
Wearing
say
a black hat, and they're looking for some guy in a black cowboy hat. I was like, no, it's my baseball cap, man.
black cowboy hat and some boots. I knew, and we thought, hey, Texas.
God.
Oh my god.
I mean, what do you expect?
I did have the black hat on, and I did have boots on. I did not have
Wow.
a black cowboy hat on. They're boots. Everyone wears boots.
Not where I'm from.
First thing you said,
Wow.
"Where's the booze?"
That's right.
That's
Priorities,
how you
man,
roll.
come on.
That's how I'm rolling this year. I'm going by myself.
Yeah, that way you finally stay at Planet Hollywood and don't have to migrate.
Yeah, migrate is the very small. It's the worst word. It was like 30 minutes each way. It was so bad. In 100-degree weather.
Oh my god, and we had to walk all
It's
the
a
way.
dry heat, though.
It's a dry.
It doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
a dry heat or not. It's still 100 degrees and you're
Oh,
sweating your
no,
ass off.
It
Son, that
matters.
ain't nothing.
It
That heat
absolutely
wasn't
matters.
That was weak chilly heat. I was walking around with my jeans on and the coat going, where's the heat?
Oh man, we got someone in chat who's driving right now. And listen,
Driving? Okay,
Yeah, but he
listen,
probably
dude.
lives in Vegas, so...
it's probably
you're-
he's probably listening throughout the speakers. We should start.
If you're
singing it.
driving in chat, do not respond.
Oh, absolutely. Well, if you're at a stoplight or parked near Burger King.
No, listen. Texting and driving is wrong. It can wait.
Absolutely.
But
That's a
driving and
sponsor.
playing the game is a legitimate excuse.
Oh yes.
Oh, he's
absolutely.
driving SOE Live. Oh, that's different. Yeah, that's...
Oh.
Oh, driving too. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
That's cool.
Well, we might just meet you there and give you a high five.
Be sure to wear a black cowboy hat and black boots.
Yeah, look for the guy with the unicorn hat
No,
being
look
detained by security.
look for the guy in the business suit wearing a unicorn head.
Yeah, that too.
Here
That's
it is
where you need to
again,
wait
just in
in
case you need to
line
look
like
at it.
You need to wait in line to get your pass to get into SOE Live with that thing.
Wait, dude, they'll be like, the Revengencers? Nah, you're out of here.
They'll be like, get out of here. You're not coming in.
I think we
You're
are all
banned.
on a list.
Oh my god. Whenever we finally get our things over there. Who are those guys? They're all wearing unicorn heads. Wait a minute, do they have a beer cooler right next to them? Yes, they do. Yep, that's the Revengencers.
They're gonna ban us from the door. They're gonna be like, don't let them in. They're not allowed in here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
It's
we're on
the
a no
eyes.
play list.
It's the eyes that do it for that mask. It's just, God,
Yeah,
creepy.
why?
That is a frightened looking unicorn.
And that red nose, like, who the hell has a red nose like that? Or it's orange. I don't know. It's like too bright.
I think that's just the camera he used, man.
It's
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
made it look all spiffy.
It's like a messed
Okay.
up Rudolph
Hashtag
unicorn.
selfie, yo.
Hashtag silly.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah.
keep up with the new age and all that good stuff.
Merriam-Webster's 2013 Word of the Year, selfie.
Oh, that's right, wasn't it? I thought it was the Oxford for some reason.
Oh, it was Oxford, that's right.
Oh, ha. Alright, on
You
to...
win this round.
We should save up for rest, so maybe they'll pay for our trip with this. Alright, on to the next game update.
Not likely.
Fat chance of that happening.
Alright, on to the next thing. Game Update 35. They released patch notes a while back. Anyone who was doing testing, I tested the hand blasters since I'm majorly biased with the hand blasters. I love them. Well, also because I'm in controller role. Spider, your thoughts on that one? On all the patch notes and all that good stuff?
I think the new changes to the melee and potentially range, basically getting rid of all of the charge attacks, is going to be good for the game because it's going to allow PvP players to use on reaction block breakers. It seemed that some stuff was off. It was kind of weird. I know that when you encounter lag, it was a major problem. You get that one freak lag spike that would screw you up, and then you end up in a combo or a potential block breaker mishap where you potentially would have block break the person, but then they counter you instead because you hit a lag spike, and it sucks. So it allowed them to balance it out and fix it, so that it's not so much of a problem. The other nice thing is the safe house teleporters, being able to teleport everywhere. That's,
oh man,
that's nice.
I would.
Go ahead.
Are they an actual item you put in your base? Do you know, or?
No, it's you go into the safe house, and you can pretty much teleport anywhere to any safe house, including the Watchtower or the Hall of Doom, and you can go to any one of them, so you don't have to physically go to each different teleporter within your home base to get to the different safe houses, which eliminates time, and it's a nice bonus.
We don't have to hear Toad saying he's at the bridge. We'll know that he's at the specific location we need him for.
Right. It allows you to jump wherever you need to go without having to travel for a very far time, which I enjoy because it's going to be good in terms of being able to get to a group quicker, or open world content, stuff like that. It's going to make things faster, especially if you're farming the T4 ops, if you're farming anything that's in open world. It's going to allow you to get to those points faster than having to go through the safe house and then go back to the Watchtower or the Hall of Doom and then go to the teleporter and go where you need to go. It just eliminates a lot of that rigmarole.
Yeah, I remember in the preliminary home turf stuff, they were saying you'd be able to work between your bases. That never panned out.
It's good
till
though.
now.
It's good that they're getting around to it.
Absolutely.
As far as some of the weapon fixes, some of the legend stuff, some of the legend guys are gonna get buffed. Some of them are gonna get nerfed. You know, Nightwing, who I don't think needs essentially a nerf, is going to get whacked with an essential nerf because of the way his block breaker is going to get changed. You can't, you're not going to do an insane amount of damage. I did some testing a couple weeks ago with a league mate, and the fully charged dual wield block breaker with Nightwing was essentially critting for a little over 1,000 damage in Legends, which is ridiculous. It was pretty high. Compared to...
You shut your mouth.
That's intended. It's totally intended.
Compared to, somebody like Joker, who just got whacked with a nerf with one-handed on the block break, you're looking at like 350 on a crit max.
Wow.
And it was a huge difference. It was massive.
And I haven't even seen anybody playing Joker in Legends in, I want to say, like, a year.
That's all I see now.
That's all you see now is Joker?
It's nothing but Joker.
Nothing but Jokers.
Because it's a joke.
Which reminds you to, if you haven't gotten that feat yet, you can play Harley Quinn and maybe you'll take down a Joker.
Yeah, if you need that feat, now's the time.
Now's the time to
I
use
totally
it.
need that feat.
The only thing is that the animation time on the throw is very fast. It's almost comical. It's kind of weird. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think it's kind of funky. It's very fast. I did test it out a little bit, and it is kind of weird. Encircling throw is now not able to be performed whenever the hell you want. Apparently, it is now a 9 melee tap. After you've done nine melee taps, you can now do encircling throw, and it counts as a block breaker. So,
you gotta drill it up to 9 taps. It better do something.
Sure.
Yeah, it better do something, and it better be doing some sick damage. Because I have not tested it yet, but
I think that might be a
typo, it better be doing
though.
something good.
I'm a little unclear. Is that in PvP and PvE or just PvP?
I'm assuming it's in
whenever
both.
you use the weapon.
Yeah.
Alright.
You used to be able to do encircling throw whenever you wanted. You could pretty much just do however many taps you wanted, and then do a right hold or a range hold, and you could do the encircling throw as long as you had it as a power or a skill point. But it wouldn't do anything as far as countering, but it would actually do a pretty good amount of damage, and it would knock players back. So you can kind of use it as a CC ability, which was nice, where you can like hit it and knock people back and then clip into something else. So it was kind of cool. Now it's probably not going to be as useful. I don't foresee many people taking it as a skill point in PvP. Not many people are going to be going that 9 melee tap crap with dual wield. You don't get to that point.
No, you get lazy. Or that's just me. I mean, that's why I'm in
You're
controller
doing
role.
PvP and watching watching TV at the same time. Yeah. No, everybody does that.
On the other hand, Rifle did get a buff.
Does it really need it?
I think it does, because Two-Face and Jon Stewart are getting a nerf in the health department, as noted. Apparently there was like some stealth buff that they were giving out to rifle and two-handed users. So
Ooh.
those types of legend characters got a health buff. In recent notes, those same users of those weapon types got a health nerf. Rifle got a buff for the overhead smash, which is potentially the only other clippable attack that you have with Rifle other than grenade. and it allows you to do a melee combo, which allows you to do a pretty good amount of damage, but now it's supposed to scale with how many actual attacks you do before you do the actual hold. So you could do 2 tap and then hold, or 1 tap and hold, or 3 tap and hold, and it would still do the same amount of damage. Now it's supposed to scale with how many taps you actually do. So,
Cool. It's good.
To those people who are lazy, I don't care.
So if you get to 9 taps, that's going to be a hell of an attack.
No, because 4 taps is the max. That's
okay,
it.
Okay.
Once you hit 4 taps, if you don't do the hold and you hit the 5th tap, you're doing a swing around with the rifle and you're going to hit him across the face. The only thing is that currently right now, Two-Face is not vulnerable to block. It's supposed to be vulnerable to block. And on live, if you're using rifle and you do that, you are vulnerable to block after 3 taps. And also you are vulnerable to block on the 4th and 5th tap of rifle. And the same thing.
But only if it's a full moon.
Yes, only if it's a full moon. John Stewart has the same problem. He functions just like it would if you were playing the game in regular arena. And Two-Face is the only exception to this rule. He is the only one that avoids the complete combo counter mechanic in the game with tapping rifle 5 times as a melee combo.
What I'm hearing is Two-Face represents the duality of Yes, I make bad jokes. It's just what I do.
He'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
He will be.
Tip your waitress.
The rest of the stuff on Game Update 5, I will not comment on. It's just minor fixes and things like that.
Well, you also gotta think about the tips on the loading screens, though. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, as long as it's not TC tips, though.
Yeah, no, I can't go into that type of detail. That would be bad. That'd be R-rated.
I don't know about you guys.
Especially with
I
Power
always
Girl.
find those TC tips pretty useful.
I always think it is. I mean, I always thought that TC always meant totally correct.
Of course.
Totally
What
correct
else could it
tips.
mean?
Yeah, you go ahead and melee that boss. It's gonna give you an extra 200 defense buff.
The only other thing I would like to comment on the Game Update 5 or 35 stuff, not 5, is the style vendors.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now I don't have to respec to healer. I remember whenever I was running Owen for about an hour or two, and all I got was a healer chest for for one of the styles that I needed. Now I don't need it, because that's been in my bank for about the past year.
Well,
you save all those?
Yeah, all the healer styles.
Vendors are not bad. I think
yeah.
the cost is a bit steep.
Have you seen
70
the
bucks
cost?
of reality per piece is
Per
a
piece?
bit, yeah, per piece, and that's only a style.
I'd rather spend that on the unicorn trinket. I mean, who would?
It's not like what is it? Vending unit 22 is now, where like some pieces are 50, some are 45, some are.
Nope. All the other pieces are 70 a piece.
That's a little nuts.
Yeah, that chest piece you're always rocking with, Star. I need that. I don't have it. I have it for healer.
Which one?
The chest piece that you're always rocking.
Yeah, he would rob your
the
grandma
sector
for
agent.
that.
Yeah, that's it.
That's mine. You can't have it.
I used to roll the same way with Dresden 7 before I got the new Interstellar Tech boots. I was like, no, that's mine. You can't have it.
Yeah, I used Dresden 7 before I used Sector Agent as well. Same way, too.
I was like, you dude.
I was so offended. when everyone else had
it. Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, once the Interstellar Tech boots I saw in Sparkles, I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool. I need it.
Oh, speaking of glowy type styles. I just found out. I still haven't gotten the Time Traveler chess piece. But I just found out that the glowing star on it is the same color as the outside of the thing, which means I'm not going to be able to use it. Because it'll look wrong.
That sucks.
It does. And I've been running FR for every day for about 2 months now. So
Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also looks like they're not implementing that stuff yet. But the League management screen update, they also said that's another thing they're adding, considering we're just veterans. What about you, Toad? Do you have a comment on that?
On what?
The new League management screen update.
It just says that they're rearranging it to make it more user-friendly. There's nothing you can do on it except change ranks.
what?
So
Should be easier
League
on.
management.
It should be easier on Kent, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Because I went from veteran to recruit for about a month or two, and I'm back to veteran status.
I don't know about
Easier
you
for them
guys.
to ban
Hey, strike one, buddy.
that. Strike one for me. I'm sorry. Should be
I don't know
easier
about
for
you
him to
guys.
ban.
I went, what is it? 2 months after joining the league, I became a veteran. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but
There might be
That's,
just a couple bugs on it, even though I would suspect it's easy to fix since it's only a UI.
or maybe it's because I'm the second tank after Drennan.
Only when he's not getting dragged through TC stuff.
I wonder if we're actually the first league to bring a level 19 and complete it through Nexus. I'm pretty confident that we
You
are.
can even bring a 19
we
in
should
there.
check on that, I think.
I had
Because-
no clue.
Oh, I think we are. That deserves a medal at SOE Live.
That was
Yep.
actually funny. I was very surprised when I saw that. I was like, did they really bring a 19 through Nexus? How is that possible? Can you even get in?
And
Yeah.
he did it with all iconic loadouts. So just so you guys know, iconic loadouts are totally viable in T5 content.
I remember when we were trying to do that. Like Drennan tells me, "Hey, I have an idea to bring in my level 19." I'm like, "Can you even do that?" He's like, "Oh, well, let's try." And so, like, I told him, "Look, I'll give you lead. I'm gonna try it out." So I pass on lead to him. I get on one of my alts called Old Spice Guy, and he
That's right.
he only has shorts on, and his power's fire, of course, and Mentor Wonder Woman, of course.
Whoa. Hey now.
He was a pretty good looking dude. And so I team up with Drennan again, and I somehow managed to get inside Nexus. I was like, alright, there we go. This is going to be the best TC guide up to yet.
That's so awesome. We need to go a step further and just take somebody fresh out of
Out of the ship, yeah.
the ship.
We need to
Take
go
somebody
into
through
we,
Nexus.
we need to do that for the A and B guide.
Oh my
think.
god.
We need to keep that
I was-
person up too. Like, what's the point of you bringing that up? I mean, he's not going to do anything. No, TC guide. Anything is possible.
He did really well all the way up until you guys got to like the third boss when you're in that one small room, and I lost it. I was watching the video and I was like, he died probably a good 15 to 20 times in that fight, and you guys kept picking him up, and he would just get up and he would die immediately. Get up and die immediately. It was so funny.
Even as much as he did die, I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. To be honest with you.
I still think Splinter still takes the cake on the most
Oh,
deaths.
of course. He has a natural talent for dying in interesting ways. I think that's his superpower because he's a gadget character, so he doesn't really have a superpower.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's touched. He has a gift.
Yeah, it's an art form.
And like Michael Grid said, and you told him to tank and he's hard light.
Oh yeah. I remember every single time I just think of Splinter dying and it just being something so natural to him. I would suspect him to respond when you ask him, "Splinter, why do you die so much?" And he's gonna quote, "You know how you get to Carnegie Hall, right? Practice." Oh man, if they were to have a show for that, I'd pay for it. Alright, St. Patty's Day event was released, I believe, last week, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it ends on Monday.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it ends on Monday.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's very short.
It's a one-day thing, it's not a whole month.
Wow.
So.
One day thing.
Well, if you have all the feats already, sure, but
Yeah, but
the first time I'm doing it.
Think about it too. I mean, it's St. Patty's Day where you would obviously do the event on St. Patty's Day, but that's all you're paying attention to it. It's just that one day. So it is a one-day thing.
I gotta be honest with you guys. Mixie's Pitlick, he creeps me right out. I mean, with those giant eyes he has. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, every single time I'm just running through Gotham, I just have a feeling of, yes, he's not going to show up anywhere. I just feel much more safer here. Then when I go to Metropolis to do some operations or anything else, I just see him and, oh boy.
It's like that unicorn head that Z was wearing.
No, that's not creepy at all, though.
It's got the eyes that creep you out.
It's the exact same color eyes, though. It really is.
I'm gonna put it up again.
It's like staring you in the face.
He doesn't blink either. That's man.
Things like staring at you. I will get you.
I liked it better in the what was it? The Superman cartoon from the '90s. You guys remember that, I'm sure. Yeah. Mix's Pitlick had the he had just beady eyes. He was voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, same guy who did the parrot from Latin.
That's even worse.
Yeah, no. You see, that's fine because you could mute it if you want to, but
It's still creepy.
You know what that reminds me
eyes
of?
were just dots in the cartoon, so it was fine.
You know what? That reminds me of that Gilbert Gottfried. You can see this on YouTube. That he did a bit of the voice work for a small video of reading the lines of 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my god! Wow! That's just bad. That's
I need
just
to look that
twisted.
up.
You
Oh
can
my
watch
God.
that on YouTube now. You have the right to
Wow.
pause this and listen to that and
Reminder,
hear him.
everyone, this is a
Holy
PG-13.
That's the whole reason I'm not reading any of the lines.
with limited swear slip words.
So we cannot recommend you actually look this up. However, if you feel so inclined, we can't stop you.
There should be a disclaimer for that.
Wow.
You know, I've also
That would be actually really funny to have on a cast though. Gilbert Gottfried reading lines from 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh man.
Oh my god. I can hear it now. It would just be so bad. But it would be so funny.
That's the
Yeah.
only case where I'd actually listen to 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, I don't care if it's a guy saying it, any other guy saying it, or a woman reading off the lines of 50 Shades of Grey. I don't care for it unless Gilbert Gottfried is going to read the whole book.
Oh my god. I think I could listen to the whole book if he actually read it out. I would die laughing. I could listen to that in my car on the way to work every day and just brighten my day. It would just be funny to listen to him recite lines from that book.
That's just hilarious. I'm not saying you go watch it right now, but a reminder. PG-13.
It's like
everybody.
having Morgan Freeman read a comedy.
Just in the driest voice possible, yes.
Yes.
I remember there was a little clip he did for the Lego Movie saying how he was voicing that Vitruvius, I think.
Yeah,
And
Vitruvius.
he says that that man has a voice so glorious that he can read the phone book. And he literally reads the phone book, like something out of the phone book.
And he says, just listen to that sweet molasses.
Absolutely.
By the way, if you guys have not seen the Lego Movie, I would go watch it if I were you.
Because everything is awesome. So many different cameos. And also, the Unikitty. Once I saw that, I said, snap, sparkles,
perfect,
right there.
Perfect.
Hi,
I was watching a video.
Unikitty. Yup, sparkles right there.
If you guys saw the movie, didn't recognize the voice, that was Alison Brie of Community doing the voice of Princess Unikitty.
I was watching a video earlier today where they dubbed over
Wait. PG-13,
Jurassic
right?
Park. Yes, they dubbed over they dubbed over Jurassic Park where the velociraptors are stalking the kids with cats.
No.
Oh my god, it was
Strike two there, man.
that was worth it. That was worth it. It was so funny. I was dying. It was just cats as velociraptors, and it was just meow, meow. They used the cat's tail to knock stuff over. Oh, it was so good.
We see Drennan in the chat right there. He apparently wants us to talk about the game. What do you think this is, man?
Yeah. Who even plays this game? Seriously.
Uh,
I'm on Minecraft.
Jump cancel to kill the game.
Jump cancel. Jump canceling. Jump clipping. It's the devil.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right. Another thing that released in the last week or two, Work in Progress. There's been quite a flame of that.
It's good reading.
Oh. It is
Very entertaining.
quite
at work.
entertaining. Yes.
So just read it for the entertainment value. Don't bother with information because you won't get any.
I gotta say, I like the idea of weapon mastery, but I haven't read the entire thread because, I mean, seriously, who could? But from what I've seen, I haven't seen anything really for support roles so much.
They've said they're gonna add something.
Yeah,
They asked for
I mean, I
feedback on
saw. Yeah, I saw. What is it? Right now, they're considering adding dominance for tanks. I don't know a whole lot about the other roles, so I'm not going to comment on them. But dominance for tanks, yes, would be helpful. But speaking as a fire tank, it's a little extra health, sure, but I don't. As long as I'm over the dominance cap by a good amount, which I already am, it's more dominance just really doesn't help me all that much. I mean, I'd much prefer specific effects to the to each different tank power. Like, let's say fire, for instance, gets 3 seconds of eternal flame. Just throwing that out there. Not saying that would be balanced, but it'd be nice. And maybe rage gets
Nerf.
The rage crash, yeah. Yeah, nerf, definitely. But rage gets like let's say you wipe away the rage crash or something like that. Just something where it'll help you out a lot if you can hit it, but if you don't, it's not such a huge deal. But that's just me.
I think it would be kind of difficult to balance the tank powers that way. I mean, for support roles, the tank stuff is probably the most difficult to balance because of the way its functionality is between all of the tanks.
All 4 tank powers operate in completely different ways, which I applaud the devs for, honestly, but really it gives them such a hard time to try and balance them, just because their
definitely.
mechanics are so different.
It's too hard for them to try to give them, like, they couldn't just give you a set thing and be like, okay, all tanks get a dominance bonus for that. It's, you know, yeah, dominance plays a role, but for some tanks, dominance plays a higher role than
for
it
instance,
does for others.
Ice.
Right.
I'm a controller, so I don't give a
Somebody's
dang.
gonna get screwed.
Well,
Somebody's getting screwed.
Did you happen
And they're
to
not
see
getting dinner.
what they're suggesting right now for controllers, Z?
I don't think I've read it yet. Please inform me, sir.
I don't know. I was genuinely asking.
Okay. What about you, Star? Have you read anything?
It's a conversation back and forth.
Yeah.
I probably did read it, but really, I didn't pay attention to it.
They're gonna give a certain
They're
biomechanical player an extra 3,000 fit. Yeah, I think I've heard of that.
Anybody with the last couple of letters with Orak is gonna get a huge buff.
Yes.
Fit.
Yes. That's the next thing I'd campaign for. Hashtag raise
I think
Zixvit.
it's totally fair, and it needs to be in the game.
Isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Alright. I believe it's time for Toad's Legend segment.
Thank you, Zeke. On this week's Legends Spotlight, we're featuring Superman. Superman is still weak sauce in Legends. Back to you, Zeke.
Thank you, Toad. Alright, on with recovery kits in the marketplace. For those people who are too low in cash to get the collections for every single one of those. I mean, I guess it can help if you don't want to hunt down those collections, right?
Oh yeah, but what's let's see, it's 75% to 100% right now for the exceptional recovery kits, right?
Yeah, 66 to 100, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
66?
It's 66 to 100%.
Yeah, that's right, because it does 10.
Yeah.
Usually.
I
Yeah.
think there's a screw over factor with that recovery kit.
Well, it's not so much a
90% of the
screw
time
over.
I get 10. The
Yeah.
other 10% I get anywhere between 11 and 15.
I see a lot of people making the same complaint. It's it is random. It actually is random. However, I'm not sure how many of you know about statistics or anything like that, but random does not necessarily mean
Oh God, I was told there wouldn't be math on this.
there will be a test later, Toad. Pay attention. Anyway, random random does not necessarily mean even distribution, which means you won't get 80% some of the time and 82% the same amount of time.
We
What
already
it
know
means
that
is-
from loot.
Yeah. Well, what it means is that the whatever formula they use has a curve to it, and it absolutely is weighted towards the 66% recovery rate. But it will happen that sometimes you'll get 11 or sometimes you'll get 12,
Those
and
bastards.
sometimes you might even get 14, which honestly I would hate to get 14 because it's like, really? I get all of them but one that I need? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, screw you, go farm for the other friggin'
Exactly. But
four
it's
stupid pieces you need.
that's the nature of the random number game, and every single MMO does it. Even a lot of games that aren't MMOs do it. So I can't fault them for it, honestly.
Checkers.
It's,
Blackgammon.
Video game.
Minesweeper. Jump and cancel at a Minesweeper.
Hang on. No. Minesweeper does have a random distribution that is not even distribution.
I use jump clipping in Minesweeper so I can jump over the mines.
Well, who doesn't? It's the only way to friggin' win that game.
I'm using. Look, I can't use jump canceling in Minesweeper. I'm using a controller. All right.
Wow.
I
have not thought of that. I need to go do that.
He uses macros with the controller.
I fall really low in power though when I'm doing Minesweeper, so it takes me hours and hours just because I'm low on power.
Yeah.
I can't spot them. Alright. And the weapon mastery. We saw a live stream of that. Been flaming up the forums about that since. And that hasn't been put on the forums, has it? I mean, the test server. The test server.
Oh no! That's Jeez. They didn't give a date for it, but I believe it's supposed to go live with DLC. We're on 9 now, right? So DLC 10.
Yeah, around there. I think so. Oh yeah, they announced that it's gonna be on DLC 10, isn't it?
Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Wonder Woman, what is she? She usually fights with brawling, I suppose, and then she also has a shield and a sword. So, I mean, it makes sense with weapon mastery. Now, I know those aren't not combos, but you can't move into each one of those in weapon mastery, at least how they have it now. But the idea is there.
And did you guys see the spreadsheet that they also had, like for your preferred one? I saw the one for dual pistols, and I'm pretty excited for that one.
I'm glad you're excited. I use shield mostly when I'm tanking, and what is it? It's hand blasters, which I'm fine with because I use that for DPS. And the other one is dual pistols.
And you're like, why do you need this crap?
Why would I be using pistols with a shield? Honestly, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I thought it would have been something like a two-handed or something else.
Because didn't you watch Captain America?
Oh,
yeah.
However, hang on, Spider. No, we can't mention that. That is a different company.
But I'm thinking about the dual pistols. I think I read. Now I could be wrong on this. I think I read that it's going to be dual wield and hand blaster combo spec'd into dual pistols. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like dual wield. I like hand blaster. But does hand blaster belong there? I mean, you don't see Deathstroke doing stuff with hand blasters.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining. I'm just like,
he could transition into it though. It would be funny to watch him use it.
If he had a hand blaster, yeah, but usually he doesn't. At least
I'm sure he would have some comical comment about using a hand blaster on somebody.
No, you're thinking of the other company again.
That's another company, dang
it. Shut up! Let me have my glory, damn it!
That's strike 3.
No, that's cool.
That
that's
is not
cool.
a cuss word.
Oh,
that is
cool?
fine.
All right.
Yeah, I mean they say that. I mean they say that in game, so. But they also
say it all the time. But should they?
They also say the word bastard in game, which I think would be fine.
No, that's a legitimate word.
Yeah,
an
it's
actual
the
word.
F-bombs that aren't allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the slang for fecal matter.
Both of them.
And poop. Sure. That's strike 1, Toad.
Damn, I just hit strike 3 then. I said the same thing.
I don't think they give a hoot or give a poop.
They don't give a hoot.
Poop.
It's like that Geico commercial. The owls.
Who?
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 Love that commercial. My wife hates it. She's like, "You're an ass." I repeat the commercial every time I hear it. I'm like, it's awesome. Who? Who?
That's one of those key words that once someone says it, it instantly brings you back to something you gotta respond with. Like if someone says "Who," you're gonna start, "Oh, the guy commercial, who," and then whoever you're with gets annoyed. Just like whenever someone's near me and they say the word "awesome," I'm gonna yell out, "Everything is awesome!"
By the way, this segment is brought to you by Geico and the Lego Movie.
And DCUO.
And
Oh,
Ben
of course.
Gay, because of those players who are suffering arthritis after playing Sinestro in Legends. Ben Gay, because it hurts. Actually, I use Sinestro. Whoops.
You do. In our little intra-league tournaments, it's
It's annoying,
a
isn't
spot of contention.
it?
Yeah,
I won't say
I didn't get to use
seven
Cersei
wins.
against him.
I have 7 wins.
That's the part that stings.
Spider sting? I think spiders do sting.
That too.
That's the only way he won last week's.
No.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Hacks. Sting everybody.
All those
Yes.
pets you had.
Macros.
That reminded me of doing whenever I was gonna film the I'm not sure which Legends tournament it was. I think it was the one where Camel won. I was gonna
Camel
try to
won one?
yeah,
Jeez. All right.
and I was gonna do
Sorry.
I think that was the one that I lost against Line Gale, and I was gonna do something called the macro cam, which was gonna have a camera held over my keyboard. That way you guys see what buttons I'm pressing while seeing a live feed of me playing Sinestro. The macro cam.
I tried to get Spill to join our last Legends, but apparently he was raiding with Squad 11.
Boo.
Mm.
He could have watched or participated. Oh, it's an intro league. I don't care. Did you see what he posted on Twitter as far as for come to SOE Live and he'll make some soulless ginger cocktails? I don't know about you guys, but I want one.
He said that
What's in a soulless ginger?
I have no idea, but
The
I
tears
don't
of a
wanna
redhead.
know.
but yeah, I was
Uh,
as soon as I read that, I was like, you know what? The only reason I kind of want him to make me one is because I want to say, hey, the creative director made me a cocktail. You can take that
Well.
to the grave and have it engraved.
Spittle said he may join us next time for our interleague tournament. I just need to give him a ample
That's dev talk
heads up.
from no.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Screw you! I'm not joining your league tournament.
The block bug, maybe we'll fix it.
Soon. Trademark.
All right, on to the closing feature of the podcast. All right, we have mentioned about the scheduling of the podcast. It's gonna be closer to a bi-weekly thing. It's gonna work around a little bit better on a lot of schedules of workplace, and it's a little bit better timing. And
Yeah, I screwed up.
And just to be clear, by bi-weekly, he means every 2 weeks, not twice a week.
yeah. But yeah, it works a little bit better in planning, get a little bit more information out there. I mean, since this is our first only podcast, we're going to get a little bit... We still have a few trials to run through, not as legit as Trex Lights.
But we
Plus,
we
we're all
may
sober,
get some
so.
advertisement from him.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, I gotta
Speak for
thank him
yourself, Toad.
I gotta thank him for the advertisements he did for us, though. Yeah, he retweeted one of my tweets for the podcast. I'm like, well, thanks, man. It's cool. Brofist.
Trex, I
He's a
feel
cool
like I
dude.
should tell you, I got mistaken for you in game the other day. So, I don't know if that's a bad thing or not, but throwing that out there.
Oh, he has a character, I believe, called Black Ember. I think.
Oh,
he-
is that Trex Light?
Yeah, he has a character called Black Ember, and that's on his that's on the PC
Oh, that's
side.
probably why.
He's Trexlight, I think, on the PS3 side. I could be wrong. And Black Ember on the PC side. So
Gotcha.
they might have just thought, hey, look, it's Trexlight. Hey, what's up? Which I saw also what he was talking about in the latest podcast that he did in the introduction. He handled that very professionally, very admirable. About the other podcast and how they were giving their opinions about it. He handled that pretty professionally. I like that. All right. I believe it's time to go ahead and close the podcast. This is Zicorahk signing off with Spider Sting,
Later.
Star Ember,
I'll see you when I see you.
and Supertoad.
More skin on Love Boat.
Join us on March 25th, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for episode 2 of the VengieCast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.